Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Make sure I get that right today, considering the past few times I couldn't get the day right. So, happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's doing okay. As always, I'm just making sure our settings are accurate and correct before we really get started. So today, as you guys know, it's a 30-minute abs and stretch class. For today, obviously we're doing the ab work, but I wanted to focus on some hip openers. Not only for the individuals who are kind of sitting at a desk the entire day doing work, but also because a lot of people tend to neglect their hips and forget about how important it is to open them up and stretch them, right? So as always, remember this class is all about you. I'll show different variations of each exercise. Do what works best and feels right for you. If at any time you need to pause, take a break, feel free to do so. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to get it started. This warm-up, we're not going to do standing abs for the warm-up. We're just going to dive right into some exercises. We're going to take it a little bit slower. So I have my exercise mat here. I'm not wearing sneakers. I'm just wearing socks. Feel free to wear whatever for yourself because it is mostly floor work, or all floor work, really. But to start out, we're just going to take it nice and easy with our hands out beside our bums, palms face down. All we're going to do is lift up for about 2 Mississippis and come back down. Again, just warming up our bodies, prepping it for some of this ab work. And you might be thinking, what on earth does this move have to do with abs? You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. There we go. Good. Last one, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly lower your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, to the ground. Very nice. And all we're going to do, keeping our feet planted to the ground, fingertips to our ears, keeping our chin off chest. We're pulling our forehead straight towards the ceiling for a crunch and coming back down. We go slow with crunches. We like to feel our abs do the work. Very important as you do this work, I say this every week, please make sure we are digging that lower back into the mat, okay? We never allow our lower back to kind of pop up or for our abs to puff out. That's no good. Keep them nice and tight, sucking that belly button in towards your spine. Nice and easy. Squeeze the abs as tight as you can. Wake them up. Good. Bring those knees to 90 degrees. Tabletop position, and same thing, up and down. Nice and slow. Perfect. Wake them up, wake them up. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it at 90 and then toe tap to the ground here. Nice and easy. You can relax your hands out to the side if you would like. But again, engage those abs, navel towards spine. Good. 4, 3, nice and easy. Hips stay grounded. 2 more each side. 1 and 1. Good. Extend those feet up. We're going to do a couple toe touches. So once again, drive that navel towards spine, up and down. Breathe through, nice and slow. Keeping that chin off chest. Good. Really contract those abs as tight as they go. Good. 4, 3, 2, and we're going to work our way back down. So 90 degrees. 10, 9, 8, squeeze it tight. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. And feet planted. Last 10. Good. 7, squeeze it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. I don't know about you guys, but abs should certainly be warmed up by now. 100%. All we're going to do is a sit-up. Y'all know what this is. Heels are grounded. We don't allow our legs to come up at all because we're going to contract and use our abs. So, leading with our chest, we're going to sit it up and back down. Hood up and down. If you'd like to add to it, you can give me a little uppercut at the top. Breathe through. Good. Uppercut on either side of the knees. Give me 4. Good. Engage the abs. 3, 2, 1. Good. Take it down nice and slow. Here it is. I'm sliding up here. Knees are nice and soft. We are going to do what is called a reverse crunch. So we touch our toes or flat feet to the ground, not really resting them, just touching. We come up for a reverse crunch all the way. We hold our knees up. We go opposite arm, opposite leg. So again, we have reverse crunch and then opposite. Good. Reverse crunch and opposite. Keep going. Reverse crunch and opposite. Good. Keep that navel back towards spine this entire time. This is an awesome ab exercise. We just have to focus. Good. And you'll notice I go slow for this, right? Reason being, I like that mind-muscle connection with those abs, okay? We don't want to cheat using momentum for our legs. We take our time. Good. I don't know about you guys, my abs are feeling it. Good. Almost done. Give me one more each side. Tap, reverse crunch, opposite arm, opposite leg. Good. Last one. Very nice. Take a second to yourself. Good. We're going to roll on our side into what is called a side plank. So you have a couple different options here. Option 1, that bottom knee is going to be at 90 degrees, okay? From shoulder to knee is a perfectly straight line. We don't allow our hips to come back at all. We're on this forearm, elbow right under shoulder. All we're going to do is lift up into a side plank, okay? Option 1 is holding it here, contracting those bottom obliques, okay? Option 2, we extend up and we crunch in. So not only are we using those bottom obliques, we're using our top now too by adding that upper crunch, okay? Option 3, we extend that bottom leg and we do the same thing. Woo! Okay? Join me when you're ready. Pick whichever option you would like. I'm going with option 2 here. Good. Really squeeze those abs. So just because we're not on the ground doesn't mean I don't want you to forget about drawing that navel towards spine. Keep going. Keep it tight. 4. Good. Squeeze. 2. 1. We did this in the warm-up. Take it down. And bridge for me. Up and down. Here we go. Up, squeeze glutes, pinch lower back. Back down. Good. We should be able to wiggle our toes at the top, driving that weight through the heels. Good. 7 more. Squeeze it. 6. Good. 5. 4. 3. Squeeze. Last one. Up. Good. We're going to do that side plank crunch on the other side. So again, option for the bottom foot at 90 or knee at 90 or fully extended. Option to hold a side plank or add that top crunch. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We crunch, extend. Crunch, extend. Good. Take your time with it. Feel your abs do the work. Good. Navel towards spine. Y'all are going to be tired of me saying that by the end. But it's just a little reminder. Good. Keep going. Squeeze it. 4. Squeeze. 3. 2. 1. Good. Flip it over. We're going to do a forearm plank. So option 1, holding a forearm plank, our hips and thighs come up, back is nice and straight. So hold here, everybody up. Yup, here it is. Option 2, you can either hold this plank or go to option 2, which is that hip tap. This is an oblique killer. I love it. Again, same thing, we go slow. Take your time, recenter in the middle, and then tilt to the side. Breathe through. Good. 4. 3. Yup. 2. And 1. Woo! Drop it. Very, very nice job. How we doing? Okay? All right, then you're gonna come on all fours. I'm gonna switch directions here. We're on all fours. Take a second here. Maybe do a few cat-cows with your breath. Inhale, spine up. Exhale, belly button down. Good. 2 more. And 1. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to come to the bottom of your mat or carpet or towel, whatever you have, or nothing. But what we're going to do, we're in that tabletop position. Knees are directly under hips, wrists under shoulders, okay? We're curling our toes under, and we're lifting those knees up. In order to do this, obviously, we need to engage those abs, okay? I don't want to see this. Engage the abs, hover those knees over the floor, okay? All we're gonna do is walk it forward, keeping that back straight, and walk it back. Are we ready? Woo. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hover, option to hold here, but if you're up for it, let's walk. Forward and back. As many steps forward as you would like. Again, ensuring our abs are nice and tight. Back is straight. Breathe through this. Good. Working shoulders and abs. Keep going. 2 more, forward and back. Last forward and back. And back. Woo. Good, drop it. Woo. All right. Supine position, meaning face up. We're gonna do what I call a sprinter's sit-up. What does that mean? So, let me get situated here. Feet are flat on the ground. Option 1 would be to do a regular sit-up. Right? Keeping our backs nice and straight as we come up. Option 2, we come up and we're going to drive one knee in at the same time. So it looks like this, like a sprinter. Okay? So we engage those obliques a little bit more than your typical sit-up. Are we ready? Almost to the stretching. 3, 2, 1. Engage abs. Here we go. Up. Good. Keep going. Good. Work those abs, guys. Belly button is still towards spine. Again. Sprinters sit up. Work through this. Again, option for regular sit-up, right? Or sprinters. Give me 10, 9, good, 8, breathe through it, 6, 5, 4, squeeze it, 3, 2, 1, yes, good. One more exercise, and we're going to stretch out those hips. Making sure I made enough time this week, because I always get caught up in exercises. So, option 1, hands under bum. We relax one leg, we come up for a leg raise, and then we switch, okay? Keeping that lower back digging into the mat. Option 2, obviously, is both legs up, or you can add that reverse crunch section, pushing those heels towards the ceiling. Option 3, hands come up. I'm gonna crack my watch here. Hands come up. We're coming down, up, and reverse crunch. As you do this, please make sure we are not swinging our legs. We don't cheat with momentum, right? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. You also have the option of one leg raise with heels up. One leg raise with the heels up. There's a difference as you do this between keeping our abs engaged, digging that lower back in the mat, and puffing out our abs like that. See, here, as soon as I contract, you'll notice I can't lower my feet as much, right? That's okay. As soon as you start to lose connection with that lower back to mat, you know you've reached the max amount of depth you can go. Good job. Keep going. Woo. It's our last exercise. Slow down those leg lifts. Good. 5 more. Whoop. 5. 4. Good. 3. Good. Woo. 2. Last one. Very nice. We made it, guys. Grab those knees in. Give me a slow rock left and right. Massage that spine. So remember, I say this every week, your abs are just like any other muscle group, okay? It is pretty darn hard to work one single muscle group for a substantial amount of time. Good. We're going to flip it over on our stomachs. And your abs need adequate recovery just like any other muscle group. Good. So we're here, right? Push it up. Very nice. If you're comfortable, you can come up onto those hands, keeping shoulders away from your ears, still driving that pelvis into the mat, stretching out your abs. Good. And we're going to dive into those hip stretches. It's going to be awesome. So come back down. We're going to widen our knees a little bit and then push it back into child's pose. This is number 1. If you're comfortable, drop that forehead to mat. Crawl those fingertips forward. Good. Hold it here. Take nice, big, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. You should kind of feel during these breaths that your belly expands out and back in. Using that diaphragm. Good. So next up, we're going to come to all fours. I'm going to show you kind of a front angle here. And what we're going to do, you're going to come out as wide as is comfortable. This is all I do. This is about it. And you're going to sit it back, okay? Your big toes do not have to be touching underneath anymore. They can kind of come out or wherever's comfortable. You're going to push it back for this hip stretch. So kind of a 45 degree. Again, you're wider than shoulders, as wide as is comfortable, keeping your back straight.
you're pushing those hips back. This is an awesome hip opener. If you're comfortable, you can come down to those forearms. Whew. I don't know if you guys can see if I go this way towards the sunlight. So again, wider than shoulders, walk it forward, very slowly push it back. Open up those hips. Good. Maybe on the forearms. If you're comfortable, you can move forehead to ground, crawling those fingertips forward. I don't have that flexibility. So we're just holding it right here. When you stretch, we go to the point of discomfort, okay? It should never, I hate this word, but it should never hurt. It's a point of tension, point of discomfort. Good. Hold, hold, hold. Very nice. Ooh. And stretches should really be held between 10 and 30 seconds. So slowly come up, shift that weight towards your arms, inch your knees back in. And then we're gonna do a runner's lunge. So I'm gonna double up my mat because I don't have the best knees. But we're gonna come on our knees, bring one foot forward, that back knee still on the mat, and push it forward. Perfect, good job. This is known as the runner's lunge. We feel this in the hip flexor with the leg back. Keeping that front knee behind toe, chest stays high. Really sink those hips down towards the mat. Stretch that hip flexor out. The top of your foot or your shoelaces are right on the ground. Perfect. And if you're up for it, here it is. One hand reaches ground. Maybe hold here for a couple seconds. Maybe the other hand reaches ground inside of that leg. And then, if you would like to deepen the stretch even more so, you do have the option of coming down on those forearms. Okay? I can only get to one forearm. I can't get this other arm down. So I don't quite have the flexibility, actually in my front hamstring for this. But whatever feels right. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Good. Then slowly walk back in. Good. Shift the weight back. And here it is. That front leg you're going to cross over. And you're coming down on that mat. You're going to have to inch that back knee backwards. Hold it here. This is for the outside of the hip and still that extended leg hip flexor. Hold it right here. And then if you're up for it, you have the option of coming down to that forearm once again. Wow. Guys, we actually have time to stretch this week. This is like a record. Good. And then even more so, feel free to drop that forehead to mat if you have that flexibility. Me, not quite there just yet. I'm working on it. Good. Few deep breaths here, in and out. Good. When you're ready, palms hip mat. Slowly walk it up. Shift that weight back. Take the tension off that front leg. Back into the tabletop position. And we're going to do the exact same thing other side. So the opposite leg comes forward with you straight back. We push those hips forward. Yes. Again, we feel this in the hip flexor. Front knee stays behind toe. Hold it right here. Maybe for 10 seconds. Whew. Good. And once again, the point of discomfort here. We feel this stretch. If you're up for it, once again, maybe one palm hits ground, keeping this front knee behind toe. Maybe the other palm hits ground. So we are on the inside of this knee. And then to deepen the stretch even more so, you do have the option of dropping to that forearm. Once again, I do not have the flexibility. If you do, feel free to do so. Hold it right here. Woo. Good. Really push those hips down towards the ground. Feel that hip flexor stretch. Few more deep breaths here. Relax. I know it can be hard to relax when you're stretching. Good. Crawl those hands back in very gently. Push those hips back. Release the tension off the hip flexor. And that front leg crosses over. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Crosses over. That knee drops. We're going to creep that back knee backwards. We can even hold it here. We feel this in the front hip and still in this hip flexor a little bit. But we have the option here of coming down to that forearm again. And if you have the flexibility, drop that forehead to mat. Awesome. So a lot of people, the correct or the most advanced version, you would actually have your shin parallel to the front of the mat. I am not there yet. If you are able to do so, please feel free. But hold it right here. Perfect. Good. We're going to shift our weight to that bent leg. Roll it back into a butterfly stance. Soles of the feet touch. We're grabbing around that ankle and we're pulling that chest down towards those feet. You can grab around the feet as well, whichever is more comfortable. If you would like to deepen this stretch, you're going to grip, use those elbows to push those knees down and out. Another awesome hip stretch. We're almost done. Really great job. Hold it here. Two more stretches and then we're done. Good. When you're ready, slowly bring those knees together. You may need to assist your knees, that's okay. But all we're gonna do, we're gonna come to a squat position. Okay, you may need to raise that butt, that's okay. You're gonna widen your stance a little bit wider than shoulders. While some are able to keep those toes forward, some of us may need to point those toes out to a 45 degree. All we're gonna do, fingertips to ground, and then we're sinking our tailbone to ground. As you do this, you may notice you wanna shift your weight forward. I want you to push that weight back. So all of that weight is on those heels. I actually want those heels to be touching the ground. If you're unable to do that, if you're like this, right? I can't touch my heels. You may need to widen that stance a little bit. That's okay. Widen the stance as much as you need. Hold it right here for a couple seconds. And then what I want you to do is bring those elbows right on the inside of those knees. And then hands meet. And then I want you to try and get those forearms parallel to the ground. So that's going to force you to push those knees outward. Hold it right here. I know this is not easy, but it's an awesome hip stretch. This is the Yogi Squat. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Remember, our weight is shifted back on those heels. We're almost there. Breathe through this. Good. Good. Relax those hands out. You might want to shift side to side to come out of that. All we're going to do, raise the booty up, widen that stance a little bit more, and then once again, keeping that knee behind toe, we're shifting the weight over. This is the last one. Good. And we feel this once again in our hip. Very nice. If you would like to stretch it a little bit more, I want you to kind of face those hips down to the ground. So right now, you'll notice my toes kind of pointed upward. This is an awesome stretch as well, but you'll notice as you shift or close those toes towards the ground, it's a different area of your hip. You can kind of go back and forth between these two. Whatever feels right to stretch at this moment. Hold it there. Good. 2 more deep breaths with this one. Good. Bring it back center. Ooh. Good. And to the other side. Very nice and slow. Good. I'm starting with my toe pointed up. So I feel a little bit more, obviously in my groin, but hamstring as well. And then I'm slowly going to shift my toes down. Woo. So I take it off of my hamstring and more towards my adductors and groin here. Good. Almost there. A few more deep breaths. Big belly breaths using that diaphragm. Good. Push it back center one last time. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Crawl those feet in to shoulder width. With soft knees, give me a slow roll up. I'm going to get out of the camera frame here, that's okay. Big shoulder roll. And give yourselves a round of applause here. Really great job today, guys. Again, my name is Christie. This was a 30-minute abs and then stretch. We did quite a bit of hip opening work, which was awesome. It felt great. I hope you guys learned a new stretch. If not, I hope we kind of recollected on a stretch that maybe we forgot about. Please let me know if there's something specific you would like to stretch next week. Would be more than happy to throw that in the mix. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next week, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully you can tune in tomorrow for TBC. But if not, no big deal. See you guys next week.